Alright guys, what is going on? We're back. And we just saw one of the best impacts probably, ever. Like, to be honest, this was really good. And I'm just going to break down every match, go back and why I say it was really this good. Because honestly, you should be out watching this. So we started off the show. We got the video packages of what's going to be happening tonight. We started off the show with Sienna versus Gail Kim. This is a match that I've been looking forward to, and it's because I'm a huge fan of Gail Kim. Sienna has really started to impress me lately, and they had a decent match all the way up. Well, when it was still good. Gail Kim hit the eat the feet, and then KM got up on the ring. And Gail took her out. But while that was happening, Taryn freaking Terrell gets involved, takes Gail Kim out with a cutter. Sienna hits the AK-47 and gets the victory. Now, I'm going to say this now. Gail Kim versus Taryn Terrell, probably the best knockouts match in Impact TNA GFW history. I don't care what anybody says. That last knockout standing match they had was phenomenal. There's no disputing it. They killed each other, and it was really good. So, seeing this as to have heard that Gail Kim is going to be retiring, maybe Taryn Terrell retires Gail Kim. Maybe her best feud comes back to retire her. I could not see anything better. Honestly, it's something that I'm really intrigued by, and I can't wait to see what happens. So, Gail Kim versus Sienna was a decent match. It was good. And then the surprise return by Taryn Terrell, it shocked the shit out of me. And that's what this show had. This show had shock factor down to a freaking T. Like every match, pretty much almost every match had something involved where you were like, what the f just happened? What did we just see? That is what you need in a wrestling show. So, Bruce Pritchard is out next to discuss what's going on with Alberto El Patron. And supposedly Tyrus, but we'll get into that. So, he comes out saying that he has a piece of paper with something that Anthem or something wants him to say, basically. And a prepared speech. And he gets going and basically says that Alberto El Patron relinquished the title. So that he can get his family life straight. That's not what GFW said on their website, but whatever. Okay. He gets going and says, "Well, we need a world champion, a global champion." And basically said he's just going to give it back to Lashley because he is the company consultant, and that's what he's going to do. So when Lashley's music hits, it takes a couple of minutes. And then he says, "The Walking Armageddon, Lashley," one more time. And fucking Jim Cornette. When is the last time? This was great. Because it was shocking. No one thought to ever see Jim Cornette in a TNA ring. Well, basically, this is GFW now, so you really can't say that. But you never thought to see that again, honestly. And he basically ends up firing Bruce Pritchard, which the crowd eats it up because everybody hates Bruce Pritchard. Honestly, I think this dude is probably doing great things behind the scenes for GFW, but on screen I was not enjoying anything. As a heel lately, it's been okay, but honestly, no. But Jim Cornette, on the other hand, looked fantastic on the mic. He sounded great. He came off great. It was good. So basically, after he fires Bruce Pritchard, he makes the decree that next week we'll have a 20-man gauntlet to determine the new global champion. And before, the Impact put on Twitter that Bruce Pritchard was supposed to discuss Tyrus. He never really did that. Honestly. He never said anything. So, I don't know if it's a work or not. I have no idea. The whole thing with Tyrus takes the knee, and he don't like where he's at creatively. Hashtag free Tyrus. Honestly, here's where I stand on that. Tyrus, he's had some good matches in TNA, Impact / whatever. His number one contender, no, like the number one contender's last man standing against EC3 was awesome. I recommend you guys going back and checking that out. I believe it was early 2016. Like, that match was so good. And Bound for Gold a couple of years ago, I thought was going to be the starting point for him to just take off, and it never really happened. He lost the title match, and ever since then he's just been a bodyguard. So I hope I hope everything ends up well for him. But after tonight, I don't know where they fit him into the card. So after after Jim Cornette announces that the 20-man gauntlet, whatever, Low Ki and LAX comes out, which these guys are heels. Like, let's be honest here, they're heels, but they're over as hell. Like, the whole crowd was chanting LAX, Low Ki. Basically, Konnan states that Low Ki was supposed to be in the world title match tonight, and he should be waiting on the winner of the gauntlet match. And Jim Cornette says he agrees, but this is coming from the Anthem, that that's just not how it's going to be, and Jim Cornette makes him the 20th entrant. So he doesn't get his title match, like, rightly so, but he does get 20th in the gauntlet. That's probably the best spot. So, I mean, honestly, it sounded good, and the verbal exchange between Low Ki and Jim Cornette was good, and Konnan and Jim Cornette was good. So, honestly, this segment, honestly, I don't like Bruce Pritchard at all, but getting to see him get fired was great. So, before we get to commercial, Karen was screaming at Bruce Pritchard. Bruce was saying, "This is not the last you're going to see of me." I really hope it is, because I cannot stand his on-screen character. Just get out of here, like a douchey old man. Like, what are you doing? Stop. So that was our first two segments. So we get into the Super X Cup. This match was good. It was a solid match. And I'm going to say this now. I've not done a GFW Impact review in maybe 5 weeks. I haven't been doing them on my regular channel. When we said we were going to bring stuff to this channel on FPSG, I said I was going to bring back the Impact review, and this is the first time I've done it on this channel. I'm going to say this now. Desmond Xavier is slowly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers. This dude fucking kills it. That the backflip and then another backflip into the Pele kick was awesome. Him and Ishimori killed it. The crowd got into it, and it was all around a great match. Now, after the backflip into a Pele kick, which I don't know what he's calling that, but make up a great name now. He wins the Super X Cup and basically cuts a promo afterwards where JB asks how he's feeling. He said he's feeling good, but whoever wins the X Division title, he's coming for you. Like, hell yes. Make that happen 100%. This dude has been awesome since debuting, and I would love to see him as X Division champion. Honestly, it would be awesome. So, our next match is a ladder match. The ladder match between Sanjay Dutt and Trevor Lee. The match itself was my favorite match of the night. They had a really good match, great chemistry between the two. Sanjay Dutt splashed onto the ladder with Trevor Lee there. It was pretty cool. You got a big crowd reaction. Sanjay Dutt's flip to the outside. Trevor Lee that double stomp is insane. And so finally, it looks like Sanjay Dutt has the win. He's climbing to the top. And Caleb Connolly, like, I'm a big fan of Caleb Connolly. And seeing him come out there, it's like, finally they're doing something with him in the X Division. Thank you for that. But after he takes out Sanjay Dutt and Trevor Lee's going to the top, Petey fucking Williams, the Maple Leaf Muscle, comes out. And when I saw it, I flipped. Like, literally, oh my gosh. Because he was one of my favorite people to watch back in the early days of TNA. Like, him and Team Canada, him and Big Papa Pump, the Canadian, when he hit the Canadian Destroyer on Caleb Conley, I yelled. Like, it was awesome. I really, really enjoyed that. And it basically led Sanjay to a win. So, just good shit. That ladder match was great. That could have been the main event, but the main event was actually pretty good too. But we cut backstage before I think before we go to commercial, Jim Cornette's on the phone. He's got a flip phone, but Moose and Ishii are asking to be in the gauntlet. And when he said, yes, we're doing business here, and Moose is like, he's got a flip phone for real. That was pretty funny. But they both get into the gauntlet match. And Eli Drake and Chris Donatis come up. And Eli Drake's basically saying, he's number one in this company. He's been overlooked, overshadowed. And honestly, I believe that. I think this dude could be world champion in any company. Like, literally, I think he's that good. On the mic and in ring, he is just great. So, Jim Cornette puts him number one in the gauntlet match. Does not look good for Eli Drake. Now, I want to say this here. They announced, I think Eli Drake was number 1. Low-Ki was number 20. I don't want to hear any spoilers in the comments. Don't ruin it for me. Like, I know sometimes I read the spoilers if something crazy happens. But this, I would like to watch next Thursday. Review it with you guys. And honestly give my opinion then. So don't spoil it. But that segment was funny just because of the flip phone thing. I don't know. But we go to our next match. OVE, Ohio versus Everything. Versus Wentz and I forget the other. Jason Cade, I believe his name was. I believe I remember Wentz from a CCW YouTube video. So I know I've seen a couple of his highlight matches before. Versus Ohio versus everybody has seen these two guys. Like the wall cutter, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen Jake Chris run across the wall and hit the cutter. Everybody has. Or it was Jake or Dave, one of them. I get their names. Everybody's seen that. I mean, come on now. If you haven't, you're insane. So they have an actually competitive match. Wentz hit a crazy knee to start the match. But, dude, the kicks in the air. Like, so they go and hit a cutter and they tag in. They hit a tag in. And they hit a senton while the dude's to the back. Like, what the hell? Their finisher, when they come in and one kicks the shit out of the knee, the back, and one kicks the shit out of the face, like, that was gold. These guys versus LEX versus Veterans of War, whoever else you bring in the tag team division, nothing could, like, those three teams are a great building block to a good tag team division. You've got LEX, who have just been phenomenal since coming in. Veterans Warriors had some good matches, and now bringing in OVE, like, it's got the limits, and the just, it should be good, honestly. So now we get into our main event. It is Bobby Lashley versus Matt Sydal. Shot for shot. Solid match. Matt Sydal, I don't know how he ended up winning this. I mean, he got fucking destroyed. Bobby Lashley manhandled the shit out of him. Finally, after they when they come back from commercial, I thought Matt Sydal was gonna be dead. Like, honestly, like, what the hell? So finally, Matt Sydal gets some moves in. He hits a top rope, knees to the chest. Like, that looked nasty, but somehow Bobby Lashley is able to send him into the ropes, hit a nasty spine buster. Finally, he sets up like he's going for a spear in the corner. Matt Sydal moves. He hits the ring post. Boom, roll-up pin, and Matt Sydal actually wins. Honestly, I thought I would see that coming just because we've seen the whole thing with Bobby Lashley maybe retiring and going to MMA while he still can. And maybe this is making sense now because American Top Team, they were outside. Like, they had a couple of the UFC guys out there. And after the match, one of them, remind me who, because I had it in the back of my head, I forgot doing this review. Who was it that attacked Brian Hebner? And Bobby Lashley's like, chill out, man. Like, what was that? The added wrinkle at the end. I am interested to see what happens with Bobby Lashley. And then it's not over, because all of a sudden, Jeremy Borash says, hold on, wait, why do we have to roll the clip? He rolls the clip. Johnny Mundo. Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, if you're not familiar with him outside of WWE, whatever, you've heard of him. He brings up the fact that he's the AAA Mega Champion. He is the Lucha Underground Champion. And I'm excited. Like, this episode, since Anthems took over, there's been a couple of good episodes. I'll give him that. But this one really set the bar. Everyone after this has to be good. Like, this was a really good episode. So, this was my review for GFW Destination X. A lot of surprises. My favorite match of the night was, like I said, the ladder match. Petey Williams hit the Canadian Destroyer. I screamed like a little girl. Like, it was great. So let me know what your favorite part of the show is down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I am out. Thank you guys so much for watching.